Alright, the purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to export a course for use in a future term. For instance, we are approaching the end of a term, and for some of our courses that may mean semester courses are coming to a conclusion. So how do you take all of the work that you did from this course and then make it available for future sections in future terms? Well, we have really two options that we could choose, and it's basically going to be based off of your preference. We can choose to post our course in the Canvas Commons. That would be great if you want to share your course with other teachers in your PLC or department. You can choose to also upload to the Commons so that it is private, so only you can access it. One of the advantages of uploading to the Commons is that it can be available on any computer anywhere in the world, so you don't have to worry about where you saved an export file. So that it can be helpful. If you choose to not want to post it in the Commons, you could actually export the entire course to your hard drive, and then when you get into the new course, you would import the content from that file on your hard drive. So just decide, do you want to put the content in the cloud, or do you want it on your hard drive? Completely up to you. If you are wanting to export to the cloud, we will demonstrate that process first. So scroll down in your course and look for Settings. On the Settings page, you will see the option to share to Commons. I'm going to choose that option. Once the Commons page loads, which depending on your internet speed can take a couple of seconds, you can see you have some options you need to fill out since you are posting this on their server, or what we refer to as the cloud. So you have an option here. Is this an update to a previously shared resource? So if you made changes to something you had already put in the Commons, you would choose that option so that everybody knows this is the newest version. If you've never done this before, you would just leave this one unchecked. Then you would scroll down and say who can use the resource. If you're wanting this to be available to only yourself and nobody else in the district or the world can see it, then choose Only Me. If you would like to choose to share it with everybody in the school district, you could choose this option. If you're wanting to choose specific individuals, you can say Show Me in Canvas, and then you can take and choose which particular groups of people you want to share it with. And then Public means anyone that is a Canvas user anywhere in the world can access it. So just determine your level of privacy in the first option. Then you come on down a little bit more and you should have an option. You don't need to deal with Share As or Content Type if you see those. But scroll down and look for Copyright Agreement. You can just choose Copyrighted if you wanted. You could certainly go and look online in the Creative Commons and learn a little bit more about copywriting. But this is just notifying anybody that were to use this content, the degree to which you're willing to share and whether or not you're comfortable with that. Scroll down a little bit more. Give a name to this content. So by default, it takes the name of your course. But maybe you want to say that this is a sandbox. Maybe you want to say that this is a personal finance template for others to use. It may be helpful to even put a semester or a year so that you know which version it is. And then if you want to put more information in here, you could say this is available, or this is an export from my course in the fall of 2020 in the first term. So get as descriptive as you need to in here so that you can distinguish which version in the future you want to use. Tags are completely optional. That just helps other users search for your course or something related. Canvas does require you to put an image in here. And this is just the image that shows up in the Canvas Commons when users are searching for your course. So you can choose to put, a WG high school logo in here. You could put the header image that you use from your card on the dashboard, but it needs to be some kind of image here that is appropriate for the course and for the school district. This other information down here as far as grade level is just advertising to any other potential users who this content is designed for. So we can just change ours to 9 through 12, or if you're also teaching at the middle school, maybe you want to do 6 through 12 or 7 through 12. Again, this doesn't actually change the content in any way. It just advertises to your users potentially who your target market is. Then you would press share. And then I also recommend once you press share, off to the right over here to press the favorite star, so that way it shows up right away as a favorite for you. Once that process completes, and that can take a few minutes depending on how large your course is, but once you share it, you can now search it or go to the favorites tab, and you will actually find any course that you have already favorited. So favoriting it from the share page makes it easier for you to find your own material. From there, the process would consist of going into your new course for maybe your new term, and then on the new term, you would actually go into the course and say you want to import content, or you could click on the import here and then say import, and then choose which courses you want to import this shared resource into. So I could certainly press the import button and then say I want to import it into my first and my third period. So that's really, in a nutshell, the process of posting it into the Canvas Commons and then bringing it into all of your new courses. If you're wanting to save it to your hard drive, we'll go over that step next. So we'll go back into my course, just like I did when I posted it to the Commons. And instead of posting it to the Commons, I'm going to choose not the Share to Commons option, but just Export Course Content link. And when you choose Export Course Content, it will say what type do you want. Well, we want to export the whole course. I can press Create Export, and depending on the size of your course, this can take, a minute or two, especially if you have a lot of videos or files hosted in the course. Once that's done, you want to just refresh the page. So I will refresh the course, go back to Settings, go to Export Course Content link again, and you will see that it will now have a link that you can click on that says Course Export from less than a minute ago. And now if you click on that link, it will download your entire course into essentially like a compressed zip file, and it's now saved onto your hard drive. For Mac OS users and Windows users, this is going to go automatically to your downloads folder on the computer. Now, a little bit different than using the Canvas Commons is if you have a file on your computer and you're ready to import it into your new course, whether it's second semester, third semester, fourth, with this 4x4 schedule, go into your new course, you're going to go to Settings. And instead of going to the Commons, you're going to say, I want to import new course content. And then it's going to ask you, where is that file? Well, we're going to say it is a Canvas course export package because we just completed that in the previous step. It's going to ask you to go and find that file on your computer. And so you would actually go to your downloads folder and find that new file. It should be labeled the name of the previous course. Okay. And then you want to decide, you want to bring in all content or select specific content. I probably would recommend you choose select specific content, because if you choose all content, it's going to bring in all of your announcements as well, and things that maybe were only pertinent to that one semester. So I wouldn't want to bring in all my old announcements. I would say select specific content. And after you do that, the box will pop up in here and ask you to go through and check which items from the old course you want to import into the new course. And so by choosing select specific content, I can actually now very systematically choose what I do and I don't want. Whereas with all content, it will bring it all in, and then you're going to be kind of forced to go through and delete out all the stuff from the course that you don't want. So this gives you a lot more control with select specific content. When you're finished doing that, you would press the import button, and that can take a minute or two for the content to come off of the file on your hard drive into your new course, and then all of your content should be imported. So really, those are the two processes. Decide if you want to put it into the cloud with Canvas Commons and determine who you're willing to share with, or make it completely private to you, or you can choose to export the file to your hard drive and then import the course content from that file. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me at young.mark@wgcloud.org, or feel free to set up a Zoom appointment, and I'm happy to walk you through this process. Take care, everybody.